Hi Scorpio, this is your October 2015 horoscope with me, Lada from astrolada.com, for everyone who have their ascendant or sun in Scorpio. And if you don't know what your ascendant is, you can find it out from my birth chart calculator. I'm putting a link for it here. Enter your time of birth because it's necessary to find out your ascendant sign. And go to the planetary detail table. You would find ascendant written there and the sign opposite it, and watch both predictions because they'll be more astrologically precise. And if you want to have more specific predictions only for yourself where no one else in the world will have them, scroll down below all the tables and you'll find all the on the birth chart calculator, all the charts, and you'll find a list, a transit hit list of the planetary influences for you for the next 3 years. Again, I repeat, no one will have the same as you, and I have a video for each one of them if you want to listen to them. But what does, by the way, we're shooting from Canary Islands. I know Scorpio love mysteries, and Canary Islands is off the coast of Africa, and local legends say that this island was part of a huge continent which sank, and because this was a really tall mountain, a volcanic region, it stayed on the surface. So very likely we're on the land of Atlantis, part of the ancient mythological land of Atlantis. And okay, let's see what's happening in October. Let's start with the big news. Rahu and Ketu, the south and north node of the moon, are changing their signs. And in astrology, these are the evolutionary planets. They show us what the strategy for most faster development is for us. And when they change their sign every 1.5 years, the strategy changes a little bit. And starting from October, for 1.5 years, Rahu, the north node of the moon, the dragon's head, will be in your 11th house. Wherever Rahu is, this is where we have to focus. This is where we can make considerable changes. This is where we can wreak some chaos as well, because when you make changes, you kind of create some chaos as well. This is where we can become a bit of rebels. We can welcome new progressive energy, where we can manifest on the material level. And 11th house for you, Scorpio, where Rahu will be, is the house of friendships and social circle. And when Rahu transits there, often a person can change their social circle or welcome new progressive type of acquaintances and friends, or join some groups and circles that they've never been able to have access before to, whether if it's a country club you wanted to be member of, or whether it's a I don't know, Hell's Angels you want to belong to. You can gain access to those over the next 1.5 years. Or you can just gain new friends. And because Rahu is foreign influence, those friends might be from foreign countries or foreign understanding, very different belief system than yours. Something quite unusual that is not something you're used to. And these friends can be a little bit crazy as well, because Rahu is this crazy, chaotic energy. But they're there to put in a new impulse in you. And if you want to achieve social recognition of some sort, like honor, title, even some type of promotion, often it's quite possible, well, Rahu transits the 11th house of titles, honors, social recognition, popularity, you can achieve that, For example, when Rahu transited my 11th house, I joined the group. I started my own group society on Facebook, and I joined a lot of followers. So I formed the society around me, mostly with foreigners and people with interesting, exciting belief system, people that I've never had before in my circle. And also you might attract friends that are quite worldly, materially successful, because Rahu is very worldly, materially successful. You can join social groups like that. For example, then I started going out with a few friends that, they were jet setters, going on yachts and, living this crazy lifestyle. But they gave me a push to be more successful, in a sense. Looking at their lifestyle, I said, I want to be successful and gainful as well, and receive recognition. And you can receive recognition while Rahu is in your 11th house. This is where you can put your efforts, where you can, where the universe, and Rahu is joined there with Jupiter. So Jupiter expands whatever it touches. It brings you knowledge and know-how how to do it, while Rahu brings the material resources and opportunity for this to happen. And mostly it brings the burning desire, the hunger inside to, either to gain new friends or to achieve some kind of social recognition, some title, honor. Some of you might receive like a diploma of some sort. some kind of a promotion, you know, some kind of a social recognition or pat on the back. But that's the area where you can expand and grow. And 11th house also rules gains in ancient astrology. And I have seen it is very in Western and Eastern astrology. 11th house is the house of gains. So people are seen to have expanded their gains. People have their businesses, so they can receive certain bonus, which is a type of recognition again, and a type of, you know, gain, a certain rewards for work hard, for well done work, or certain extra ways of income or expanding your gains in some way, you know. And gains is not always financial. Gains can be on a different level, and also you can attract benefactors, because 11th house rules benefactors in some way, who are foreigners, who are different than you, culturally different in some way. Where is Rahu? Rahu is in the 11th. Where is Ketu? Ketu is wherever we have to let go of something. Ketu is in your 5th house for a year and a half ahead, Scorpio. And 5th house is the house of, first of all, rules lovers. Not necessarily your partner that you are with, your marriage partner, people that we're in love with. People that, you know, that make butterflies in our stomach. So Ketu there does not mean that all Scorpios have to let go of relationships with lovers over the next year and a half, but it means that they have to accept something there. Because Ketu is about releasing, about emptying, about becoming detached, and allowing God to control the situation there. Allowing God to make things happen there. Because Ketu does not Ketu is God's will. When you try to make things happen there, it's not going to work exactly as you want it. So you might have to let it go. And if you're too stubborn on how you want things to happen in regards to lovers, in regards to children as well, because 5th house rules your children. For example, if you've been trying, you want your child to do something, to study something, or to behave in a certain way, and Ketu comes into a 5th house, well, tough luck, your child's gonna go on its own path. It's out of your control, but you can help this process by adopting an attitude of, okay, God, I've done everything. I'll still continue being there for my child or for my lover, but I'm not gonna try to control the situation around them anymore, and I'm gonna give it in your hands. I've tried everything. I'm giving it in your hands. Whatever happens, happens. And then you release a psychological blockage and you allow God to do his miracle in that house. So detachment in regards to 5th house matters. For example, when I had Ketu there was a lover that I released because I just could not accept how things were, and I was not willing to accept and to say it's okay for things to be like that. So the other thing of Ketu happened, releasing, letting go, something, going away from your life. But there is an easier way if you don't want to fully release. Of course, you can't release your children and tell them to, let them go. What you can do is relinquish trying to control those people, lovers, or your attitude towards lovers, or your attitude towards your children, becoming detached and becoming let go and let God. 5th house is also some creative projects. So something about some creative projects of yours and goals or hobbies you might have to release, or you might have to accept that it's not going to be exactly as you want. You might have to, to allow things again in outer circumstances, to allow things to happen on their own in a sense and put everything in God's hands. But as I said, what you can impact is Rahu in your 11th house, which was social environment, getting recognition, support from people, from benefactors, also gainfulness in some way. Okay, so that's about Rahu and Ketu for the next year and a half. But what's happening specifically in October for you Scorpios? Well, you have a couple of planets in your 12th house. Whenever the sun is in the 12th house, there is less energy, less motivation. The person might feel a little bit more like getting away from reality, like taking it a bit more easy. And don't put pressure on yourself, When the energy is in the 12th house, your concluding period. Don't start new things before the 23rd of October, at least, when the sun enters Scorpio. Try to, again, 12th house is about releasing, is about taking a break, maybe go on a holiday if you can, or maybe wrap up certain things from the previous 12 months. maybe analyze how things are happening and make a plan once the sun goes into Scorpio, how to implement, how to start new beginnings, how to start something, acting on those. But for now, just mental preparation, or taking it easy, taking stock of things and such matters. And October is quite happening again in relationships with others, in friendship, social circle. You can be busy in your social circle because, again, this 11th house where the North Node is going will be triggered, but just for a month, by Mars, which is the planet that rules you, Scorpio. The oath ruler of Scorpio is Mars, and by Venus and by Jupiter. So you can have quite a happening social period in October. If you're invited to social do's go, you might meet important people there. You're starting already the program of Rahu that I told you at the first part of the video. Go there, mingle, If you're, if friends invite you somewhere also, you might be quite busy with them. You might get a few steps closer to certain recognition or a bonus. You might be doing work which after that brings you closer to a bonus. So it's socially active month. And so this is where you can have benefits from, but at the same time, don't forget that you have to take time alone as well with all those planets in the 12th house. Rest a little bit, otherwise you might feel overly too sensitive and you might keep the energies from others, and this can drain you psychologically, so to speak, especially because you'll be around more people, communicating more, socially more active. So you need this 12th house of where the Sun and Mercury is, also of taking stock, relaxing, And also, Scorpio, Saturn is no longer in your sign, you're free, the energy starts lifting up. Jupiter is already in Virgo, which is a sign, earth sign, which supports water signs like Scorpio. And you're gonna start having support from others, especially because it's in a social house, in the 11th house. Things are gonna start moving more positively for you in many areas. So things are really picking up, Scorpio. Good luck, and thank you very much. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next month. Or if you want more specific predictions, you can call me at astrolada.com. I do a reading, so I have wonderful astrologers who can do a reading for you within the same day or a few days, while mine are about a month or 2 months waiting list. Or you can, again, as I said, check out your personal transits below the birth chart calculator to have specific predictions just for you. Thank you very much, Scorpio.